Punctum is an exhibition about photography where I've invited 50 artists and writers and curators to each choose a photograph that for them had a relationship to this book by Roland Barthes. And the book was Roland Barthes' final publication. He died in 1980, and before his death, this wonderful publication was produced called Kammer lucida in English, La Chambre claire in French. And in the book, he's struggling to come to terms with what he feels is the meaning and the ontological status of photography. And there's a term that he uses called punctum, which is a very elaborate idea that he explores repeatedly in the book. And what I did is I asked all the invitees to consider this idea of punctum and to then choose a photograph that for them was emblematic of this idea, and then also to write a short text to explain and elucidate why they chose this image and why for them it has this element of punctum. And the results were completely surprising for me, and in a very, very pleasant way in the different directions that everyone went in. Of course, I tried to be quite wide in the range of people I was inviting, as wide as possible. I wanted there, of course, to be a relationship to Austria and to Salzburg, but also to make sure that there were people from around the world who were invited to select something. And we have images here that are very political, for example, like this image by Willie Doherty that was chosen by the Irish artist Duncan Campbell. And then we have works that are perhaps closer to the original spirit of punctum in the book by Barthes, such as a photograph by August Sander, which is across from me over here, or images of artist mothers, for example. There are at least 2 examples of the mothers of artists in the exhibition. And that's a big theme that repeats in the book as well, is this relationship between Roland Barthes and his mother, who has just died. And saying that, there's the element of punctum, and these notions in photography always have a strong relationship with death, because photography represents a time that has passed and that cannot be brought back again. And this is something that Barthes specifically speaks about in the book, and says it's an element specific only to photography. So these are some of the notions that are considered in the exhibition, and again, it's wonderful to see all the different ranges of choices by different people, and that's an introduction to the exhibition.